Literacy is the foundation of our education system. But literacy is more than just words on pages, and texts come to us in so many different ways. We want our children to be critical but engaged with the printed word. Is there something that we could use to help us do this? Come with us to the slimy bog in the jingle jangle jungle to hear a story of animal bravery, starring a scary cave, a buffalo, a frog, and a bear. Nick Bland's The Very Brave Bear is the fifth in his series of stories about a grumpy bear whose temper and ego sometimes gets him in trouble. The book tells a dynamic story through both wonderful art that shows a lot of expression and font size and placement that really conveys the tone of the language included. This multimodal text offers a great entry to deconstructing linguistic, visual, gestural and spatial semiotic systems for young learners. Our lesson plan is designed for foundation to grade 2 and builds on prior knowledge. Nick Bland's bear stories are very popular and many children will already be familiar with them, while helping students approach literacy from an interpretive angle. We focus specifically on visual and critical literacy in our unit of work, helping students to understand the following. That things like text placement, font choice and size are deliberate choices made to convey meanings to the reader, meanings that we want our students to be able to understand. Facial expressions, image sequences, colour choices and foregrounding and backgrounding, and even visual cues and clues in the story can tell us a lot more about what is going on than just the words. How to interpret these things to gain a greater understanding of just what the author is trying to say. Texts aren't created in a vacuum or without explicit intentions. They may relate to things we see or understand in the real world, and questions can be asked of the text, such as whose point of view is left out? Who is telling the story? Does it remind you of another story? But that's not all. The story of a foolish bear who learns a lesson is not a new one. Many cultures all around the world, and in our own country, have a long tradition of stories about animals who make silly choices in their behaviour. Our lesson plan offers chances for you to make links to these stories and have children compare and contrast them to see common elements shared across cultures, as well as examine the difference. The lesson plan also helps students explore ideas in the story that affect their own day-to-day lives. And our program is designed with the curriculum in mind, answering curriculum content descriptions in language, literacy and literature, and taking into account achievement standards for years foundation to 2. The unit of work is designed to appeal to a wide range of learners, cater to cross-cultural perspectives, and differentiated classrooms, including EALD learners. We think you'll love it.